Well, thankfully, after 21 days of working out groups and thinking about all the permutations, that's gone. We can concentrate on a plain and simple race to 3.
Yeah, and Shaun Murphy has been eating up those long pots all day long. They're a trademark of his, and they've just been going in as clean as a whistle.
Back in the 90s, Mark Williams was regarded as the best long potter in the game, with every justification. Now I think it might well be Murphy.
Well, it certainly has been today, and overscrewed the yellow, but just dropped that red in absolutely effortlessly.
Nine.
They can't say they don't know each other's games. In every single form of snooker, this is their 30th meeting.
Shaun missed a couple of rest shots earlier today, which is very unlike him, but no problem with that one. It looks like Shaun's going to continue in the attacking vein that's got him in the final. Already played a couple of aggressive shots in this break. And don't be surprised if you see him pop this one and straight into the pack next
60.
shot.
$17.
They've had some belting matches against each other. Their last meeting was the Masters in 2021. Murphy won 6-4 as he somehow avoids making any collision with red and black together.
20.
Yeah, that was quite a clever shot from Shaun there, trying to move the red away from the black, knowing he'd be on one of the others, just fractionally misjudged it.
Phil Murphy, 20.
Murphy's actually won their last 4 encounters. Semi-final Players Championship 2018, last 16 Shanghai Masters 2019, 6-5 that was, brilliant standard. And then what about the final of the China Championship in 2019? Murphy won 10-9, 2 centuries. Mark Williams just denied, despite 2 centuries of his own. I think we're in for a treat here.
Shaun catching that one a little thicker than he wanted to, but I don't think it's travelled far enough to cut in the middle pocket. Now Matt got to be very careful. He gets the white somewhere down where it is now. Don't want to find the corner pocket, that's for sure.
Foul. So Murphy 4.
And that's exactly what he's done.
So often that shot is just an irritation. It's 4 points away, and you think, well, if the white had stopped in the jaws, it could have been troublesome. But with a red close to the middle pocket, it could be expensive.
1.
Then again, anywhere but there.
Well, at first glance, I don't think he can pot this, but in fact, I don't think he can see anything. I think it's going to have to be a bolt colour, but also he needs to be really careful which one he plays. I think his best bet here is to try and play the yellow and hit it full to cover the red with the blue.
Foul.
Now Murphy's
So
found the
Murphy
same
1.
corner pocket.
Mark Williams 7.
I think Walter Lindrum would have been proud of that enough.
One.
Good pot for 1 point.
Mark Williams 1.
I think if the frames go scrappy, obviously Murphy has got the capabilities to win them, but Williams is a pass master.
Yeah, that's another weak safety shot from Shaun. And he knows it. Now can Williams get out onto a colour this time?
1.
Yeah, the blue's okay. He'd like to really get into the reds if he can. Open the pink and black up. Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised he didn't take that chance to go into the reds, knowing that the
6.
red he's playing was available into the opposite centre.
Seven.
Especially when he's going to have to get into the reds at some point anyway.
Foul.
A series of enoffs
Williams,
so
sorry.
far to start this final.
So Murphy 4.
Yeah, he just caught the brown a little bit thick, which caused him to get the wrong contact. Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised he didn't go into the reds off the blue the previous shot, Phil.
This frame, typical opening frame.
Yeah, absolutely, the first frame puts you right in the driving seat if you can win it. Yeah, that's a wry smile from Shaun. He knows Mark's been a little bit fortunate there with the red going over the corner pocket. That he's banging trouble now is Shaun Murphy. He's going to need a really good shot himself to get out of trouble here.
Well, he's got a certain amount of distance, but I would suspect not enough. Hampered queuing though because of the green. Bridge hand awkwardly placed on the table. Oh, didn't make any difference.
1.
Ping.
Yeah, struck perfectly. The only thing is, when he pots this black, it is going to get tied up again on its own spot. The table is not as inviting as it actually looks. And if he plays the red he's just looked at, it's a very tight gap to get through. But is there a better potter of awkward balls than
8.
Mark Williams? I don't think so.
9.
Yeah, some players fire in breaks, others compile them. He sorts them out. Forensically works out what's needed.
Yeah, look at that shot. Just floated it down, made the cannon, opened the pink up,
14.
left himself on a red.
15.
Perfectly played to get the right side of the blue. So 1 in front, blue 6. He's definitely going to need all 4 of the reds. And one of them in an awkward position. Now, does this red pass the pink?
20.
I think it does.
$21.
Today marks 4 months since
27.
his 48th birthday. And he's still a major force.
28.
Yeah, definitely one of the cleverest players the game's ever seen or ever
35.
likely to see. But
36.
although he's got a 22-point lead, basically whoever gets this last red will probably win the frame.
And where it is, not best placed for a left-hander.
Yeah, so this
38.
is more or less frame ball. If this gets knocked in, you would think it's over. Screwing back for the blue.
Mark Williams, 38.
Keeping a keen eye on the red to see whether it will go. I don't think it does. I think the brown is blocking its path. So again, as he was with a safety shot a little earlier, a little lucky. And subtle pieces of luck like that add up.
Yeah, I think he's in big trouble now, though. Murphy's played a good safety shot. Just got to hit it and trust to luck. Where she stops, nobody knows. Oh, that's a disaster. This is going to be a free ball.
What a miss. Shaun Murphy 4, free ball.
And they're all sitting pretty.
Yellow ball.
He was close to that red twice. But when the key ball went back down the table, his heart must have sunk.
1.
Yeah, he only played it so hard because there's no way he thought he was going to miss it. Just trying to get a bit of distance between them.
7.
I think he's just gifted the first frame to the magician.
Eight.
Maybe on that one, Murphy would have preferred the heavy white that he had changed
12.
in the first match this morning. The key ball sprang back.
$14. $17.
Just looking at the scoreboard, he needs brown, blue and pink.
$21.
Yeah, and although Williams took all those balls, it was all about the last red. And sometimes leaving it well last
26.
is not always the best option.
Murphy's
32
law prevails in the
frame.
first frame
Shaun
of this
Murphy.
best of 5 frame final. It's a race to 3 and Williams already in a spot of bother. By the end of this match, these two combined will have 36 world ranking tournament titles. It's just a matter of how it's going to be distributed.
Thank you. Second frame. Shaun Murphy to break.
Murphy 1-0 up in a quest for 3. He's hoping to win his 3rd ranking tournament of 2023 and 12th in total. Mark Williams targeting ranking title number 25.
excellent length on the safety from Murphy.
Not alien territory for Mark Williams by any means. This, Peter, he's 39th ranking final. They're unbelievable numbers, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely frightening.
But while Murphy's a recent ranking titleist, you have to go back to the 2021 British Open for the most recent for Williams.
Yeah, I think Dave was saying that the oldest ever ranking event winner was Ray Reardon. Was it at 50? And I just don't see how that possibly won't get beaten by one of the players that's playing at the moment. They just don't show any signs of stopping.
Yeah, 15, 20 years ago, I would have thought a 50-year-old winning a ranking event again would have been impossible. Now I think with you, it's a high probability. Oh dear. And it's a high probability after that mistake that Murphy will put together a few here. Maybe more than a few.
Yeah, I think that red had to go in. Couldn't really get out with the cue ball. This is not a bad chance.
One.
Murphy's no stranger to ranking finals. This is 26th.
Six. Seven.
Yeah, I suppose the only surprising stat then with that, Phil, is that he's only won 10 of the 26.
Yeah, it's 11 he's won actually, but I know what you're saying. Just goes to show how difficult it is to win a ranking tournament. If he, a player of his
30.
ability, has a less than 50% strike rate in finals.
$14.
Yeah, pink available into both corner pockets. This is worrying signs for Mark Williams.
$20.
No need to risk going down for the black yet. Concentrate on the pink until he can clear the black
21.
area. Yeah, he has looked very good today, Shaun Murphy, in certain aspects of his game. His long potting has
27.
been spot on, but his fluency in amongst the balls, every time he's got in, he's looked like he was going to win the frame.
28.
These are the two reds he wants to get rid of, just to open
34.
that black spot up.
$35.
In his first match of the tournament, in the first phase, he beat Andrew
42.
Paget 3-0 in no time. Breaks of
43.
79, 110 and 83. And ever since, he's been scoring. It's been relentless. Yes, he's had a few iffy matches, but the excellence has far outweighed the mediocre.
50. $51.
Yeah, and Shaun, he just goes about it as well with a certain flair, a certain panache, if you like, when he's stomping around that table in an aggressive fashion. Fantastic to watch.
58.
Yeah, just a handful of balls away from winning this frame.
59.
$66 in front. This red will put him 67 in front
56.
with 67 left on, so this red in any colour, and it's 2-0.
$67.
Yeah, and I go back, Phil, to that pink he potted against Xiao Guodong at 2-1 down. It would have been easy to lose his cool. He was a little bit rattled. He was struggling a little bit at that point, but
73.
just steadied himself, didn't shirk the shot, and he's never really looked back since then.
Shaun Murphy. 73. Yeah. And the frame.
Well, the break ends at 73, and so does the frame. Mark Williams decides not to attempt snookers. Shaun Murphy is one frame away from being crowned snooker's first champion of the 2023-24 season. Let's make it clear, do not write Mark Williams off. He's well capable of reeling through the next three frames to turn this around. Right now,
Mark
though,
Williams to break.
his task, I'm not going to say it's mountainous, but it's certainly very difficult. Always supported the Championship League, Shaun Murphy. Never won it. Came close in 2011, lost in the overall final. And at Crondon Park Golf Club in Essex, lost 3-1 to Matthew Stevens. Williams' his fellow Welshman.
Wow, that was close. And I think Shaun thought that he had potted that.
One.
Played that with check side to keep the cue ball in mid-table.
Good control there.
5. 6.
Yeah, not really Mark Williams' style to just plough straight into
11.
the reds at the first opportunity.
Twelve.
Taking the chance there to free the red and black, but position may be a little awkward. Can he hold?
Mark Williams, 12.
No wonder Williams is exasperated all the way through this tournament. As we have seen earlier today, balls have just toppled in off that near jaw of that particular pocket. Williams thought it would, but it stubbornly stayed.
Yeah, and if Shaun can get the cue ball across to the left hand side, well, that is not what I was expecting.
Just check,
Murphy smiling and saying he changed his mind. If you change your mind on a shot, even when you're a world beater, that's the kind of thing that happens.
Yeah, I think he was laughing, Phil, because I think Mark Williams said to him, I thought you would have gone for that red.
He's so irreverent on and off the table, Williams.
Now does the outside red pass into the yellow pocket? This will be some shot if it does. Yeah, I think he thought he'd be covering everything, but I'm not sure he has. Oh yeah, we could get a bit of a stalemate though now with the reds going over the corner pocket. Well, Mark just anxiously looking now to see if he's left that red.
Last Friday night in the match between Mick Nuchurit and Ma Hai Long, we had a re-rack after 40 minutes. I was about to say that possibility has just gone out the window, but maybe not.
Yeah, that's two fairly straightforward shots for Shaun Murphy that he's missed in this frame. Surely the pressure's not getting to the great magician, Phil, as well. Oh dear.
That's the great thing about snooker. No one has gone through their careers without feeling it. On numerous occasions. O'Sullivan, Hendry, you name it.
Not exactly sure what Shaun's looking at here. There's not really a shot he can play with the red hanging over the yellow pocket. This is possibly one of those occasions where they just bite the bullet and set them up.
Always the competitor though, Mark Williams, 12 ahead. Does he want to give up that?
Yeah, but also even moving these reds away from the pocket, it's so easy to play safe with the black hanging over the corner pocket that you often get a situation where the reds just get pushed towards it. Because as long as you leave the white on the right hand side of the table as we look, then there's never going to be a pot on. Yeah, it was a good effort, but it would have had to be some shot at that speed.
Williams might be working on the theory that at least it breaks Murphy's rhythm. If you're just joining us, Murphy cleared from last red to pink to win the first frame, then made a delightful 73 to double his advantage. And he's been scoring fluently all day, apart from the first few frames when he wasn't happy with the cue ball and he got it changed. That was in his very first match this morning. After that, he's blossomed.
One.
Stalemate over. What a pot.
Yeah, Shaun didn't play a very good safety shot, but still an absolutely magnificent red into the middle pocket from Williams.
6. Seven.
He'll be looking to get that black moved away from the pocket as soon as he can. And if he can pop this red and cannon the pink and knock a few more balls out, you would be on the black
11.
regardless. Well, he will not be happy with this one. He's played into the reds there. And he's completely misjudged
18.
it. and left himself in no man's land.
And you can't say they were a small target. Far from it. Dave Ford, the referee, being asked to clean something on the cloth.
Mark Williams, 18.
Yeah, Mark, he's just not got it going so far in this final yet. He's getting chances. Got to be careful now, Mark Williams. Possibly just every one shot away from losing the match. Under pressure when you know every shot could be your last, but that's a nice little bump off the middle pocket. He's covered the right hand side of the reds. He's got Murphy in a bit of bother. Can he get it thin enough? Well, he did, but he's nudged the red towards the corner pocket. He's got a decent enough white, but
missing a red from distance cost Williams dear in the second frame. That one. First impressions, far less damage. But I had no faith in Shaun Murphy knocking that red in. What a ball to find. Is he going to be in to win?
well, if he is, then he certainly deserves it. What a great shot that was. Just controlled it as well to sneak past the red for the black. There's a couple of
9.
slightly awkward reds, but it's a definite chance. Nice angle on the pink, just to stun out for the next red. Yeah, and if I was Mark Williams now, I'd be very worried.
15. 16.
In the second phase earlier this week, Shaun Murphy only needed a draw
22.
against Dave Gilbert in his last match to win the group and progress to finals day. He was 2-1 down. Gilbert made a couple of centuries.
23.
All of a sudden, the pressure was squarely on. He laid a snooker, made 37 from a second chance, put together 71 to draw and go through. And now he's got the ultimate pressure of trying to put the cap on a title.
$29. $30.
Yeah, scores level. 30 points each, so Murphy will need all 4 reds. And a little grimace
36.
there tells me that Shaun's gone a fraction too far, but was managed to turn it over
37.
with a lot of left-hand side. Yeah, not plain sailing from here, leaving the 2 slightly awkward
44.
reds well last. Needs to get a good angle on probably the pink here.
45.
I think the good thing for Shaun here is that because he's 21 in front, if he gets red
51.
and black, then he'll just be able to roll the last red in for the match.
Another benefit, he's so good with the rest. All rests. Little dinky positional nudge to make that
52.
red slightly easier.
Yeah, that was a lot better shot than it looked, and he looks like he's landed absolutely perfect on the black, just to screw back in a straight line for match ball.
$59.
Shaun
60.
Murphy can play heroic snooker, but there was no extravagance there, just efficiency. And now it is sealed. The perfect start to the new snooker season for a player who might well have
67.
a banner season.
Yeah, and a great
69.
ambassador, Phil, for our game, Shaun Murphy. Loves his snooker. Gets involved in everything he can.
$69 frame and match.
And he's been very involved in this tournament to the extent he's won it. When Mark Williams missed that red from distance, it didn't look as though the chance was there, but Murphy floated in a red to a distant ball pocket and went to work. A break of 69. Shaun Murphy wins the final by 3 frames to 0. Congratulations to him. That's 3 ranking titles collected by the Magician in 2023. Also, a good news victory for Murphy for Chris Wakelin, because that increases his chances of being in the Champion of Champions in Bolton in November. Murphy now triply qualified as the Players' Champion, the Tour Championship winner, and now the Ranking Championship League winner as well. His name appearing 3 times on that criteria list, all very high up, so maybe Chris Wakelin as shootout champion will sneak in to that 16-player event in the end. Now let's go over to the floor where our colleague David Hendon is going to conduct the prize giving.
Shaun, congratulations. This is not an easy event to win, but what a great start to the season.
Listen, I'm absolutely delighted. I can't remember in the very early invitational days of this event down in Essex whether I ever made it to the final stages. I might have got to a final or something, and I've been playing in it in one form or another for many, many years. So to finally get my hands on the trophy and continue what's been the best vein of form for my whole life, I'm absolutely over the moon.
Yeah, 3 ranking events already in 2023. You said sort of halfway through last season, my game's trending in the right direction. It's still going in the right direction,
Yeah.
isn't it? You've sort of arrived at your destination.
Yeah, well, people were getting sick of me using the word trending. I think the word trending was trending on social media. But yeah, no, I knew things were going well. You know, I've mentioned it many times. Lazowski played snooker at, you know, like we'd never seen at the UK's. Scott Donaldson played phenomenal against me. Stuart Bingham played out of his skin to beat me well at the Masters. I was lucky to get none. And it was just an incredible test of perseverance to keep going. You know, my team and I have been working really hard. We knew it was coming, and it did. And I think that's 3 of the last 4 events I've been to the final and won. So I'm not sure what the secret is, but I'm doing something right.
Can I ask you, you've achieved so much in your career. One thing you haven't done yet is world #1. Is that an aim for this season? Because you're right up there on the list.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I shared at the end of last season my you know, season goals for last season. You know, I would be very keen on making goals and setting targets, and achieving #1 world ranking is something I've never achieved. It is on the list of goals to try and get to this season. I am in a good position, and you know, this has been the best possible start.
Great stuff. I'll take that back, Shaun. Congratulations.
Thank you,
I'd
Dave.
like to welcome Brendan Moore, Tournament Director for Matchroom Multisport, to present you with the trophy.
Well done, Dave, and well done to Shaun Murphy. Doesn't just play well, he speaks beautifully. Brendan Moore presenting the trophy. Shaun Murphy, all smiles. I think he's the first player who's going to book his place in the World Grand Prix in January. So many perks for winning events. He is high up in the world rankings. Still 7th going into the European Masters, the 2nd event of the season. But boy, he's got the potential, the way he's playing, to zoom up much higher than that. Maybe the top spot is not out of reach, Peter.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and if anybody can do it